Hey folks, Phil Gallagher here with round 2 of our sort of like Mox D&T build featuring Brimaz and a handful of other things. Let's flash the deck list real quick. You can take a look at the deck tech from Monday if you're interested in seeing a little bit more. Is this good? I mean, I'm keeping it because I'm on the play and I can make a cat on turn 1. But it's kind of weird. Like, I am essentially just keeping this hand based on trying to get a free roll between Leonin Arbiter and Ghost Quarter. And like, if this gets Force of Willed, I'm so screwed. Or if my opponent doesn't need to search in order to do anything. Alright, GG. Thalia? Oh! So you're telling me there's a small chance. But our odds really are not good. Yeah, there's a bridge. You shouldn't be able to cast anything, I don't think. Oh, no, okay, the Future Imp, that's fine. So there's one more Dredge available to my opponent before things get weird. Would I be willing to trade Leonin Arbiter for Putrid Imp? That would mean that the bridge is gone. I don't think that's worth the body. I'll still attack with Thalia. It would just convert my opponent's Narcomoeba into a zombie, potentially. But if I just convert it into one zombie instead of multiple, I think I'm good with that. I think they just take the 2 here and try to high roll on doing better with bridge. We picked the wrong deck to try to Leonin Arbiter. Alright, how was that Dredge? Icarid's pretty good. That other land also just means that my opponent can cast something like a Faithless Looting. Yeah, alright. I now expect that I have lost this game. Drawing a legend so that I can eat all of those bridges would be super cool. So I should probably take 2 damage rather than give my opponent a crap ton of zombies. Alright, let's draw another Thalia or Tomek. That really doesn't do it. And now I don't really think I can attack. Like, giving my opponent 3 zombies is pretty bad. Like, I think I just get buried by the pile of zombies that's there now. Yeah, my opponent gets Hogak now as well. I don't have Caracas currently. I think this is where I'm comfortable just shipping it in for the sake of your time and my time. So Surgical's good. Rest in Peace is good. Containment Priest is good. Paths are fine. Canonist, like, technically does things, but I probably won't play it. So Leonin Arbiter basically does nothing because the Ghost Quarters are already strip mines, so that's my easiest cut. So that gets my first 4 cards in. See the board stalling in a lot of cases, which means Kythian and Brimaz are not necessarily ideal. Brimaz has the upside of being a legendary creature, and if I draw it in multiples, I can nuke bridges with it. Kythian has the upside of being a legendary as well that does the same thing. How am I killing my opponent? Like, in the air with Tomic or Thalia? Or sorry, Tomic or Smuggler's Copter? Or we're really just hoping for concessions? Yeah, I think we're hoping to win via concession. When I'm on the play, I think the Revokers are justifiable, and they're way worse on the draw. Let's maybe junk the Brimazes and just play 6 removal spells. I don't know how heavily I want to overload on the 1-drop removal spells. Like, they're fine, but I'm not keeping my hands on the strength of those things. This is turn 1 a Kythian and a Giver that does not win the game. This is turn 1 a Mom, turn 2 a Containment Priest. This is good. So the question is, what am I getting rid of with this hand? I think I want the Thalia to back up this mana denial plan, so I'm going to get rid of my Swords to Plowshares. So if we get Therapied on 1 for Containment Priest specifically, we're in pretty bad shape. Alright, opponent only had 1 Dredger, or was only willing to expose 1 Dredger, as the case may actually be. Do I need to play Priest here, or can I get away with playing Thalia? I could maybe get away with playing Thalia. I'm not going to risk that. I'm going to pass the turn with Containment Priest up. It's pretty heavily telegraphed, but opponent could think it's a bluff. Now we have an LED target. We also have a wasteland target. That's very good. There is dredging going on. My opponent probably doesn't have too many outs to contain a priest backed by Mother of Runes. Like, they're going to be looking to hard cast creatures and then let those creatures die. Oh, that's lights out. We're done. Now when I'm on the draw, I can also consider something like Deafening Silence to try and slow my opponent down. But I don't really know that that's worth the card. Like, essentially, I have 5 cards that I need to mulligan towards in this matchup, with, like, Thalia sometimes being good enough to keep a hand. But I'm going to be looking to mull pretty aggressively into playing one of these things very quickly. Canonist and Deafening Silence are all fine. Like, in a vacuum, Canonist is better than, say, Kythian. But Kythian being a legend so that I can kill itself to remove bridges is also, like, definitely relevant. Opponent has mulliganed. My hand is very good. I have a turn 1 Rest in Peace. My opponent revokes, or sorry, if my opponent Cabal Therapies Rest in Peace, this hand becomes very bad. Very, very, very bad. But I don't think I get to ship this one. Opponent is mulliganing very aggressively. So there's a high chance that Rest in Peace seals this one. They could be mulliganing towards an answer to a Rest in Peace, though. Something like a Reverent Silence, give me some life, blow up all enchantments. Something like a Wear Terror. I think they had Nature's Claims in their graveyard from dredging last time around, so that's what I'm most expecting. So maybe we just go like Rest in Peace, Wasteland, Ghost Quarter, their first 2 lands, and that's good enough. Hard to say. Also, I don't remember if I said in yesterday's video, but my webcam is currently broken. And a new one is on the way. It will maybe be here for Friday's episode, but if not, it should be here for next week's Daily D&T. Alright, Cabal Therapy, target me. What do you have for me? I assume this name's Rest in Peace. Yep. Opponent has 2 cards left. Hopefully they only have 1 land so that, like, this Wasteland is devastating. Thalia is also pretty good. I am going to be very upset if their last card is Faithless Looting. It seems like you don't have to activate that there. Seems like you just wait in case I don't play Revoker. Wow, that was very good. Nice. Okay, is there any of this stuff that I actually want to surgical extraction right now? I believe that the answer is no. My opponent can draw all of that stuff. I'm okay with them drawing Faithless Lootings. All right, we definitely got lucky there. Absolutely no question about that. But we are now 2-0 with this deck list. I'll be back tomorrow.